Hi, Ms. Hedgecock here. Welcome to lesson 1.2. This lesson is going to be about polynomial division. There are going to be two videos, all right? So our first video is going to be about long division. And hopefully you remember how to do long division with just numbers, because what we're going to do is long division with letters. So if you want to write down the steps, now if you're a step person, this is for you. Otherwise, you can fast forward a little bit. Pause now if you want to write down the steps. I'm going to briefly run through them. So you're going to set up your division problem in standard form. You use zero coefficients for any missing terms. So if it goes x to the fourth and then x squared, you're going to put a zero where there would be an x cubed. You divide the first term of the dividend, the inside, by the first term of the divisor, outside. This is the first term of the quotient. That's the stuff that goes on top. Take the term from step 2, the quotient, multiply it by the divisor, and then subtract and bring down the next term. You're going to repeat those steps over and over again until division is complete. If you have a remainder, you're going to write over the divisor, so what you're dividing by. All right, I know that was very quick, but it's better to see it as an example, so I'm going to go. So we're going to go ahead and do this example here. We're going to divide 42x to the fourth plus 3x cubed minus 9x squared minus 1 divided by 6x plus 3. All right? When you are dividing, the inside thing is always the one with the larger exponent, the larger degree. All right, so I'm going to set up our division problem here. It's going to look like this. 6x plus 3 is our divisor. It goes on the outside. And then on the inside goes our dividend, what we're dividing by. So I'm going to do 42x to the fourth plus 3x cubed minus 9x squared. And then if you look, there is no x term, like 5x, 7x, whatever it is. So I'm going to write plus 0x as a placeholder. It's more important when we hit synthetic, but I like doing it with long division so I don't lose track. All right, once you set it up, it's in standard form, we're ready to go. You're going to ask yourself, okay, 6x times what gives me 42x to the fourth, right? So 6 times what gives me 42? Let's start with that. Well, that's 7. All right, x times what gives me x to the fourth? Well, that's x cubed, right? So 7x cubed is the first term in my quotient. What we're going to do now is we are taking the 7x cubed and we are multiplying it by the 6x plus 3. And I'm going to line it up under each term. So 42x to the fourth, and then 7x cubed times 3 is 21x cubed. So that's going to line up with this one. So plus 21x cubed. All right? And then I'm subtracting the whole thing. That means I am distributing this negative symbol to every term inside my parentheses I wrote, right? So these cancel out. That's the whole point. And then 3x cubed minus 21x cubed is going to be negative 18x cubed. Once I do that, I'm going to bring down my next term, which is minus 9x squared, and I'm going to go again. All right, so we're coming back to the 6x plus 3. What times 6x will give me a negative 18x cubed? So let's start with numbers. 6 times what gives me negative 18? Well, that's going to be negative 3. All right. X times what gives me x cubed? Well, that's going to be x squared. So I'm going to multiply this entire thing by negative 3x squared. So 6x times negative 3x squared is negative 18x cubed. And then 3 times negative 3x squared is negative 9x squared. All right, and I'm going to subtract the whole thing. All right, again, negative 18x cubed plus an 18x cubed cancels out. Negative 9x squared plus a 9x squared also cancels out. So we have 0x squareds. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring down my next term, which is a 0x. Well, that does nothing for me. I'm going to bring down my next term, which is a negative 1. Can I multiply 6x by another integer or another x or something to get negative 1? No, I cannot. So this right here is my remainder. That's what I have left over. Right? So when I write my answer, it's this part up here. 7x cubed minus 3x squared. And then I do my remainder over my divisor, what I was dividing by. So 6x plus 3. And this is my answer when I do long division, right? Now, there is this example. It's a little harder. I would like you to try it. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to do it. And then when I unpause, which will be a second for you, it's going to have the answer with all the work, and I'll briefly walk you through it. All right, and there's the answer. So I put the larger degree on the inside here, and then I divided by my divisor, all right? When we multiply, so I figured out x squared was my first term. You multiply to every single term. This one has 3, so there's 3 terms. Notice I used 0x squared as a placeholder, which really helped me when I lined up this negative 5x squared here. And I do this over and over again until I got a remainder of 0. So my answer is x squared plus x plus 2. Sorry if you hear my cats. All right, and that is it for long division. All right, so what you're going to do after this video is you're going to watch the synthetic division video. Afterwards, there will be practice for long division, so you can try it out yourself and do some problems, but you need to watch the synthetic division video first. All right, good luck.